Hey, North State, Preston Dunyan here with a snowy new hairdo, taking you up into the hills just around Whiskeytown for a winter wonderland. Now, if you're in the valley floor, maybe you haven't seen the snow, certainly like this, and in the higher elevations, it's starting to pile up. But wanted to talk about what we're seeing right now and what's on the way for the rest of the day. I'll flip you over to the beautiful natural views, and we'll just talk about it as we go. So I'm going out for a little walk, little hike up here. I am doing my best to stay safe, letting folks know where I'm at so they know when I can get back. I've got my layers on, and I don't plan on going too far, but wanted to just take you into the dramatic, beautiful scenes up here in the snow at Whiskeytown, where it's continuing to come down. You get over the crest of the hill on 299 up towards the visitor center at Whiskeytown, and you're seeing that snow, still a big story there. And the trees are coated. It's a beautiful, beautiful view up above the lake here, about 1,200 to 1,500 feet in elevation. Now, in the valley floor, we saw some good snowflakes going for a little while out there, but a lot of places switched over to pretty steady, if not a complete rain in the past couple hours. And down towards Red Bluff, some of that heavier rain is getting set up right now, and that's going to put a damper on any snow hopes that folks had in the lower elevations. But here at Whiskeytown, we're in a bit of a bowl, right? We've got that terrain all around the lake, holding the water in and holding that cold air in that's filtering down Buckhorn Summit and into the Whiskeytown Valley. So we've got temperatures here closer to 33, 34 versus 36, 37, even in Old Shasta. And so as I hit some more dense snow, you can see exactly why that is, right? That cold air is trapped right here. And if you look just down the ridgeline there, down towards Old Shasta, down towards 299, back into Redding, it's all rain and snow in those spots. Now we're continuing our way up here, just a beautiful view. Not going super deep today just because of the snow, but wanted to highlight what it looks like on a beautiful afternoon at Whiskeytown National Recreation Area. Now, those heavy snow showers will continue over the higher elevations into the evening. That's why you've seen that full closure of I-5 at Fawndale for all vehicles. And we're likely to continue to see chain restrictions into early tomorrow. Brian's going to have the latest for you on that on our shows into the evening. But as I'm out here today, just want to highlight the magic that can happen in the foothills on a cold, snowy afternoon. Into tomorrow, we're really going to wrap up that heavy precipitation, and most places are going to make a switch back to almost fully sunny skies into tomorrow afternoon. A couple lingering showers are out, though, especially over the higher elevations, where you may get another inch or two of snow just through the action on Friday. Into the weekend, we'll clear those skies out for everybody, and all that new snow should stick around in a lot of our highest elevations, so keep an eye out. Look for those highest peaks. They're going to be gorgeous in the coming days, especially as this snow piles up today. I'm just going to walk with you a little further, show you this beautiful landscape. You can see where along this trail, all that water from recent storms is kind of just preventing that snow from sticking. So that's one of the big factors in why we maybe didn't see that snow stick in spots where it was coming down heavy in the valley floor. You've got that initial wet ground. That makes it hard for anything to stick. Now, this is a pretty good vista right here, and so I'll show you the view. And you are looking down towards the lake, but you certainly don't see it here with all of that snow. In fact, you can faintly see in the distance some of the trees, those ridges closer to Shasta Bali. But this is the view this afternoon. Again, I'm out for a quick little hike, not messing around with this snow. You want to be careful, you want to be safe, and you want folks to know where you're at if you're heading out in this winter weather. But it's a beautiful afternoon. Had to take it in as a big-time snow fan myself. And just going to continue to walk out here for a little bit. So if you're not seeing that snow sticking where you're at, give you a chance to just enjoy the view and feel a little bit of that winter wonderland. And if you got any questions, throw them in the chat. I've been watching weather closely today. We are seeing a lot of those chain restrictions out there. This snow is pretty dense down at my feet, down a couple inches. And again, my elevation somewhere around 1,500 feet, I would say, just looking over 299 off on the left of your screen. So that way is back down towards Redding and of course the lake over this way. But it's a beautiful view, and I appreciate everybody hopping on, soaking in this winter wonderland that's out here for your Thursday afternoon. The worst of that snow, like I mentioned, happening between now and midnight tonight. Everything clears out, even over the eastern high country, into the early hours of your Friday morning. And I'm running out of breath. I apologize. I've been breathing too heavy in your ears as you listen to this one, but trying to just get up here and get a view of all of this magic that has happened in the areas where we can trap that cold air. And again, that's Whiskeytown for you. Take a look. That's down towards Redding, down into the valley floor. All those trees, snowless. But this way, where we've got that cold air coming in from the Trinity Alps down into the basin where Whiskeytown is, it's a snowy, very different story. And of course, we've seen some spots get some downed trees out here with the recent wind events, so it is a bit of a mess on this trail, but it is a pretty one. I'd advise you to just soak it in safely if you can. I'm probably going to turn around pretty soon here just because it's getting steep, it's still snowy, and we are moving through. Well, a lot of talking, a lot of walking makes it hard. Brenda says, lovely. Yeah, I'm loving it out here. I'm having the time of my life. This will probably knock me out real good so I can sleep well and get you to daybreak tomorrow morning. But if you've got any snow reports, throw them in the chat. Love to know what's going on out there. I think for the most part, this is performed just how we expected. But if you're seeing things go a little bit sideways, go a little different in your area, would love to know that. Betty, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, glad to share this view. I don't think a lot of people want to be out in this, but maybe you want to see it. And I'm glad to take you out into it because I'm sure going to make the most of the snow when I can. So yeah, you can see just how short that distance is to get down towards rain, just into the valley floor. But right up here on the ridgetop, several inches of snow. So it's a big difference maker, just a couple thousand feet, really just a couple hundred feet, and where that cold air is pooling. But down in the valley floor, that mild air has won out. We kind of expected that to happen sometime in the afternoon, so it's doing what it was supposed to. And those snowflakes that you saw mixing in Redding, Cottonwood, Red Bluff even, not going to last much longer. We had a little bit of snow in Redding earlier. Jeffrey, thank you. It snows now, Tyler says. Yeah, so some spots still seeing a little bit out in the valley floor, and maybe with that heavier precipitation, you can bring that snow down to the surface for a couple more hours. But overnight, we're going to dry out at the very least, and there are some models that suggest we switch over to rain closer to your dinner hour. So something to keep in mind there. I don't know how I'm going to get around this tree up here, but yeah, that just goes to show some of the impacts we've seen from all of these recent storms. Some of these big trees down, maybe not with this event, but it's been a heck of a winter over the higher elevations. And we're just into the foothills here where that snow is piling up. Can't even imagine what it looks like for folks in the higher elevations, where we'll continue to see that action into early tomorrow. And we're making our way up higher and higher. Like I said, had to get some exercise in, and I thought, what better way to do it than soak up a little bit of snow safely. I've got my layers on, and I'm ready to turn around when it feels like it's just a little too much. But right now, smooth sailing and really working that elevation. Like I mentioned, just look down there, not too far down. It's all rain. But right up here on the ridgetop, there's 299 that you see kind of in the middle of your screen. That's 299 right there. It's all wet, and you might see a couple snowflakes as you get towards the sign at Whiskeytown, but we're keeping that cold air in, facing west, and it's been impressive here in these spots. So for the sake of my own ability to still breathe, I'm going to wrap up this live here, hanging out in the snow. Thanks for joining me on a beautiful snowy North State afternoon. If you're in those higher elevations, stay safe out there. We're likely to continue to navigate snow showers and lasting sticking snow above about 3,000 feet into tomorrow. Now over the Sierra Crest, that's closer to 4,000, 5,000 feet. But no matter what it is, please be safe out there. Do avoid driving if you don't have to over those passes. We've got I-5 completely closed at Fawndale this afternoon, and I expect that to continue through the night just because that snow is going to be rolling. Now, a lot of folks had questions about travel. You can see why today wasn't a good day to do it. Now, tomorrow into the afternoon, that snow wraps up. They're going to get those plows out there, and for the most part, it's going to be a whole lot better of a travel day. So if you're headed north up into Oregon, you're in better shape towards the weekend. But right now, you're not going to get anywhere. So hunker down for a cool wintry night. We don't expect places like Redding to get down towards freezing, just thanks to that cloud cover that'll still be out at play. You may get into the low 30s, and so some spots in the lower elevations could be a little bit frosty or a little bit of black ice tomorrow morning. For the most part, though, we're going to ride out of this rather mild into your Friday. Like I said, for the sake of my breathing, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm running out of air, but I appreciate your time hopping on, soaking in the winter wonderland. Stay safe, stay warm out there. I'll see you on daybreak tomorrow.